Hey, hi everyone. So in this particular video, we are going to discuss about what is function. So before learning what is function, first we will understand what is relation. So let's suppose we have two different set. So what is set? Set is, I hope you people know. So set is like a container, kind of container, which contain unique element. Okay, so there is no duplicate things. Okay, uh, uh, in the technology field, you can understand like a table. So we have two different table where we don't have duplicate row. Okay, so let's suppose there is a one table called employee and there is another table called resource. Okay, so like we are going to do a mapping. Okay, so using those mapping, we'll try to understand what is relation and what is a function. So here for let's suppose this is a table actually. So for each employee, let's suppose this is a table name C1, C2, C3, C4. Okay, and for each table, okay, so we can give access like this is a person A. So might be, let's suppose he has a access for this table or resource, whatever you want to call it, you can call it. Okay, same for, let's suppose this A, they have the access of this table also, and they access of this system also. They have access of this system also. Okay, similarly, B, okay, B have access of all the resources. Okay, similarly, if you think C also have the access of all the resources. Okay, so if you have this kind of structure, okay, where uh, okay, just a minute, let me just draw it, then I will explain you. So before, so this is an employee, this is an employee, and this is a resources. So here you can see A have access of all the resources. Similarly, B have access of all the resources. C have all the resources. So what we can call it? So A is a ordered paired actually. So he have paired with all the resources. Okay. So this kind of structure we can call it relation. So this is called one to many relationship. Okay. So he has access of all the resources actually. So how many relationship will be there? So you can calculate it. So it's very simple. So one have 4, so you can calculate it 4 into 4. So that is going to be the number of relationship actually here. So this is example of relationship. Okay, so here what is happening? So one person have the access of multiple resources. Okay, but in the real world, uh, this is not like, this is not going to happen. Okay, so let's suppose there is one employee, so I'm not going to give access him for all the system. Okay, I will give access of one system. Okay, so for an example, this person A uh, is not going to get access of all the resources. Okay, he will get access of only one of the system. Okay, similarly for the B, I will assign unique system. Okay, similarly for the person C, I will assign the unique system. Similarly for the D, I will assign the unique system. Okay, so so this kind of things here, this is example of exactly function actually. Okay, so this is like, this person E don't have any system. So if this is a case, again we will not call it function, we have to assign one more system for this. So for each input basically, so this is an input actually. Okay, this is an input. So for each input you have unique output. Okay, so if that is a case, we call it a function. But for each input, if there are multiple output you are getting, okay, that means if you have multiple access, okay, so in that scenario we call it relation. Okay, so now you can understand, if you're implementing any kind of function, so you need to understand you are implementing relation, matlab, you are going to give multiple out, you are going to generate multiple output, or you are going to restrict with only one output. So whatever the input you will give, you will get the only one output. So if you're giving one input, and based on that input you are generating one output. Okay, so that output is going to be the unique with respect to that input. But in relationship, what is going to happen, like if you're passing one input, you can get the multiple output. Okay, so hope you're clear with what is difference between relationship and function. Okay, so I'm not trying to be I'm not giving you bookish definition. I'm just explaining you so that you can understand it very clearly. So hopefully you understand my point, what is a difference between function and relationship. So uh, our motive is not to understand what is relationship, because you are not going into so depth. Okay, we are we're just clearing the difference between the function and relation. So our more focus will be on function. Okay, we'll discuss about the function. Okay, so before learning the function, I will explain some few terms uh, which will make your understanding easy. For an example, like uh, let me tell you, y equal to 2x plus 1 is a equation. Okay, uh, so this will be my input, and based on the input you will generate some output. So here I will write value of x, and you will get the output. So let's suppose I am writing 1, 2 and 3. So there are multiple value uh, okay, so let me generate it. So if you pass 1 as an input to this function, you will get some output. This will be 3. So based on this input, we're generating only one output. Similarly, if you are passing 2, you will get some another output, 5. If you're passing 3, okay, if you're passing 3, so you'll get 7. Okay, let's suppose there is another one, 8. Just to explain other things, I'm writing extra value here. Okay, so here you got it. Like for each input there will be one output. So this is a example of function. This example of function. So for each input, okay, so you can understand. So this x is basically known as a domain. This is known as a domain. Okay, and here this entire y is basically known as a codomain. And for each value in the domain, you got one output. Okay, so this thing basically known as a range. We also call it image. Okay, so I hope you understood the point. What is domain, what is codomain, and what is range. Other point is that uh, range is a subset of codomain. Okay, so these are the basic point you can understand. So for an example, if you are passing input 1 and if you are getting 2 output, so in that case, that is not an example of function. For an example, if you have pi r square, what do you think? So if I'm giving you some value of area, okay, let's suppose 16. Okay, 16 divided by 3.14 r square. So if you count it, so you will get plus minus 16 divided by 3.14. So here you are getting two output. One will be the plus output, other will be minus output. So what do you think? This is a function or not? Okay, so if you say it's a function, please comment your thought into the comment section. Okay, so if you think it's not a function, and if you think it's a function, please let me know why it is a function. Okay, so you got my point. So for each input you will get the one unique output. So if that is the case, this that will be the example of function. Okay, so there will be different type of function. So this is something called one to one. Okay, this is called, actually there are multiple relationship. This is called one to one relationship. So if there is a one to many relationship, this is not going to be the function. Okay, I hope you are getting my point. Okay, okay, so I think you got my point. So now there is a one problem with the function. For an example, y equal to 1 divided by x minus 2. Okay, and now let's suppose x its domain is it's belonging to the any real number. Okay, so if I will say that, what will be the value of y at point x equal to 2? Can you solve this problem? Okay, so if you try to solve this problem, you will encounter one problem, that is 1 by 0 problem. So this is not a correct. That means what? You're trying to solve this problem. Okay, you're trying to solve this function at particular point x equal to 2, and at this point you are not able to you are not able to solve this problem. That means what? The behavior of this function at point 2 is not defined. Okay, so how to solve this problem? Okay, this is again a question. So to solve this problem, we will introduce a new idea that is called limit. Okay, so limit will help you to solve a function if function behavior is not defined, like if function is not behaving properly. Like, okay, I'm not trying to be a bookish definition. I'm just trying to explain the uh, I'm just trying to explain what is happening inside actually. So basically that particular function is not defined, okay, at that particular point. So whenever we are doing the programming, okay, so when we implement any function in the Python programming, so sometime let's suppose there is a one function, okay, there is a one function, you are passing some value here, okay. So if we encounter the problem 1/0 problem, if you remember, so how to solve this problem? Think how you can solve this problem. Are you getting my point? So for an example, if I'm implementing a function, okay, and I'm passing input x, and here I'm returning 1 divided by x minus 2. So in this case, if I will pass 2, I will get this problem, 1/0 problem. So how to solve this problem? Think. So to solve this problem, we will use the concept of limit. In the next video, we are going to understand what is limit. So hope in this video you understand what is function, what is the relation, what is domain, what is codomain, what is range. Okay, so from the next video we will learn limit, and we will try to solve multiple problems. Then we will implement those concepts into the Python programming language. Bye, take care.